Hello and welcome to Group 27's Deep Dive Group Project. The source that we've chosen to evaluate using the SIFT method is Natural News.
Beginning with STOP, none of our group members have ever heard of this source before. The first thing that popped up when we clicked on the website was an ad.
From this ad alone, we could tell that this website is using logical fallacies in order to attract users to subscribe and hence increase revenue. It uses glittering generalities through words such as real, uncensored, and free, which only sound good in order to increase ethos, meaning credibility.
At first glance, nothing appeared suspicious since it was structured like a regular news source, with headings such as Latest News, Health Ranger Report, and the main story being on the top of the page.
However, when examining further, it is evident that the website's name itself, as well as the terms underneath, are very broad and generic and make use of glittering generalities, including natural news, defending health, life, and liberty, and so on.
The forced association with nature can also be seen by the globe next to the title and the color scheme of green throughout the website, which has positive connotations associated to health, nature, and validity. Hence, all of these aspects want to persuade the reader unwittingly that their website is good and reliable.
The content of this page is also questionable. Most of the titles use the logical fallacy, appeal to force, which refers to manipulating fear in the readers.
They use words related to potential dangers such as deaths, private security, attacks, warns to attract and convince readers of their opinion.
This is similar to what was discussed in class regarding negativity in news, as most media outlets focus on negative and eye-catching events cherry-picked in order to support their claims.
Some titles also convey what kind of values the author is trying to illustrate. Words such as sick, fake meat, wokeism, and baby murder, or abortion, show a far-right perspective, as the diction that is used by Natural News for topics such as LGBTQ and abortion rights have negative connotations.
Moving on to investigate, the website is relatively upfront about who operates and funds the source. The founder is the activist turned scientist Mike Adams, the Health Ranger.
The term activist turned scientist uses simplification in order to create the illusion that it is easy to become a scientist, which does not reflect the reality.
It also shows that Mike Adams does not have any real credentials as a scientist and should not be able to make all these claims related to health and science.
Again, it is using a lot of positive diction related to their own website, such as empower consumers, holistic health, natural health advocacy, which illustrates them as having very good intentions and being 100% factual. However, the two reliable media outlets that have evaluated the quality of Natural News content do not agree with this perception.
For FIND, we identified two media outlets, ISD Global and McGill University. They are reliable since the articles and papers that they publish are peer-reviewed. Both of them judge Natural News to be a low-quality website that is doing more harm than good.
For example, ISD discovered that a lot of sources affiliated with Natural News used to host violent and extremist material, as well as health disinformation and conspiracy theories.
McGill University's article takes a similar standpoint. It claims that Mike Adams is building a wonderland filled with health scares, monsters, and so on, which suggests that the information Natural News spreads is false and made up.
Hence, both media outlets came to the conclusion that Natural News is a low-quality source that presents conspiracy theories and pseudoscience as factual information and mainly targets far-right extremists.
Finally, for Trace, we noticed that one of their main claims is that the COVID-19 vaccine has negative health effects. When we click on the hyperlinks in the articles to see who made the respective claims first, it often led us to websites that do not seem reliable.
Hence, it was more difficult to judge if Natural News presented it accurately if the initial information source was not dependable.
For example, in the Evidence Suggests that COVID-19 Vaccines Do Not Work article, it led us to these two websites, which do not seem like reliable information sources due to their content being mostly related to celebrity gossip rather than scientific topics. This can be seen on the left column with articles about Kanye West, NFL, and so on.
However, it became evident that Natural News did leave out crucial information when quoting this website, since after saying that COVID-19 vaccines are not 100% effective at preventing infection, it failed to mention that controversial vaccines are still working exceptionally well at keeping people from experiencing severe illness and death. Hence, Natural News does not present information accurately, but rather cherry-picks quotes out of context in order to exaggerate stories and make their claims more convincing.
Our conclusion is that based on our thorough analysis of Natural News through the SIFT method, our final rating is that it is the most low quality, which means that the source makes substantial amounts of false claims and does not correct them when requested.
This can be seen through logical fallacies that they are using throughout the website with the main purpose to increase revenue rather than spread scientific information.
Furthermore, the two reliable media outlets that we found both agreed that Natural News is based on spreading conspiracy theories and pseudoscience, and its target audience is far-right extremists that have distrust in science, the government, and so on.
Thank you for watching, and I hope you enjoyed our video.